I am about to start something very new for me, a saltwater aquarium. Why I decided to get into the saltwater aquarium hobby, what you can expect from this journey as a community, and what the big vision behind this is, you will learn all of this in the next couple of minutes. First of all, as you can see, I am taking down my 60p Dutch style tank, as this will become the saltwater aquarium. I let it overgrow for the past 2 months, mainly to make my pleco feel safe. I will rehome him and the Amano shrimp in my 100p planted tank. Now, the whole saltwater thing is anything but a spontaneous idea. My plan to get a saltwater aquarium is actually way older than this channel. Back in November last year, when I uploaded my first video, I was already planning the setup and gathering equipment, and the idea took more and more shape since then. But I have wanted a saltwater tank for way longer. I am in the freshwater aquarium hobby for about 5 years now, and I realized pretty early that the salty side of the hobby has a lot to offer. Especially many very cool, intriguing, but also kind of weird animals, with very unique behavior and looks. But I also heard pretty quickly that saltwater is apparently way more difficult than freshwater, and that combined with the sometimes insane prices always led me to abandoning my ideas. But over time, I came to the conclusion that I just have to give it a try, and that I want to share it with you, to show you that saltwater aquariums are, hopefully, not as difficult as it is sometimes portrayed. To be fair, a lot of people also say that saltwater tanks aren't actually that more difficult, just different. I also think that it is quite valuable if someone starts this hobby in public, to give a realistic insight. I already announced this project in a previous video, where I said this. It will be a macroalgae tank, and I'm really excited because I will be able to show you many interesting things like animals and equipment, and also explore this niche of the saltwater aquarium hobby more, because there is not a lot of information out there yet. And I will also get some corals, so I'll cover a lot of topics with this project. Plans actually changed a little bit. I decided to go corals only, at least for the start. The reason for that is not that I don't like macroalgae tanks anymore, but rather that in Germany it is still really difficult to find many species of algae or advice. And it's really hard to get information considering the use of products that are available here. Don't get me wrong, it is possible for sure. But since I am just starting with the whole saltwater thing, I decided not to add an extra challenge for now. For corals, on the other hand, there is an existing community and a lot of people could help me and give advice if something goes wrong. But the macroalgae idea is definitely not abandoned. If I gathered some experience with saltwater, I will try it out for sure. I want to end this video with the most important part, my vision behind this entire project. I will use only captive bred animals. Only. Now for the freshwater hobbyists, this might be like, well, just don't buy a wild-caught animal then. But the truth is, this is quite a challenge in the saltwater aquarium hobby. Many animals have not yet been able to be bred successfully, and for many animals that have been, captive bred individuals are rarely available and a lot more expensive. But I think this is an essential development for the hobby and an important thing to support. That's why I want to prove that creating a reef tank with just captive bred animals is possible. I don't want to say too much in advance, but since this is really important for me, I wanted to already mention it in this introduction to the project. I hope you are as excited as I am. I'll see you in the next one.